Welcome back to another very special episode of LoanOfficerPodcast.com. I'm your host, Chris Johnstone, and today I'm going to show you how to get the highest quality consumer direct leads that are closing at the same ratio as referrals from your past customer database or referrals from a realtor. I'm talking about leads that are referred to you from the front page of Google and artificial intelligence. But the crazy thing about what we have just discovered, this is my first time publicly talking about it, we've discovered how to get you recommended not only when people search for a loan officer or that search for your name and your brand, which helps you close more deals from past customer referrals and realtor referrals, but we've discovered how to go after niche specific products like refinances, VA loans, reverse mortgages, insert in highly profitable niche loan. We now know how to get AI to recommend your mortgage business when people are doing research on those loan types using artificial intelligence. We also know how to get it to recommend you to consumers that are using artificial intelligence in order to search for real estate and do their real estate search and recommend you there. So why AI? Well, if you haven't noticed, AI is taking over at a rate that is faster than any technology has affected the human race ever in the history. So more than half of American adults, 61% now of American adults have used AI in the past 6 months. Nearly 1 in 5 North Americans rely on it every single day. That's 1.8 billion people per day that are using artificial intelligence and AI tools. That rate of adoption of technology is twice as fast, it's higher than twice as fast as Google grew when Google was in its hyper-growth phase to taking over the world and becoming synonymous, right? Now, thanks to AI and this massive takeover of the marketplace, 60% of searches on Google now don't click on a website, because Google has seen all of their traffic going over to tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Grok. We have mortgage clients, I'm going to show you in just a second here, that are funding deals right now, like $1 million deals, $800,000 deals, an $890,000 deal from AI recommending their business. And again, as I mentioned before, the closing ratios on these leads is between 17 and 22%. So they're closing as high as a referral from a past customer or a referral from a realtor. In today's world, if you can get Google or ChatGPT or Claude or Grok or insert in AI tool that consumers are using to do their research, if you can get them to recommend your business, it is as good as a referral from a real person in today's marketplace. And I can tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, there are more conversations happening on the internet every single day about mortgages and who people are going to do mortgage deals with than there are independent referrals coming from your database. Yes, you should still be calling your database. Yes, you should still be calling and networking with qualified agents, and that's where the majority of your business is going to come from. But this is a third avenue of business that cannot be ignored, and the early adopters that are able to get in now are going to be able to ride this wave for years and years and years to come, because there's a first mover advantage that's available right now. So let's get into it. What you see on the screen here, and if you're listening to this podcast, I've got screens that go along with this. You go to YouTube, search Chris Johnstone, subscribe to the channel. You'll find this podcast episode close to the top. Just search AI SEO for the title on the YouTube channel. You'll be able to find this podcast, but you can just listen along. What we're looking at is the front page of Google in Tampa, Florida. Our client, Oliver, has been ranked in the 3-pack and has been closing multiple deals per month for a long time. It's got to be going on years now that we've been working and helping with their front page ranking. But there's this shift now. And when you go to Google and you do a search, you'll notice up in the search bar up at the top, there's this new thing that says AI mode. When you click on AI mode, it's an AI-based conversation, looks just like ChatGPT or any of these other search engines, but is built right into the front page of Google. And when you do a Google search, there's also these AI responses that come up at the top. More than 60% of people that do a Google search that see one of those AI reviews of what's on the website never actually click through to the website. More than half of the people are like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. I don't even have to go to the website anymore. So it's kind of killed search traffic going to the website and pushed our clients and consumers more to just trusting the output and calling the business as a result of the search. So what we've discovered is that we can use our tools of creating content to work with artificial intelligence, to teach the artificial intelligence that you are the mortgage expert in your local marketplace. So what you see on the screen here is a screenshot of ChatGPT 5. I've done a search and I say, who's the best mortgage broker for a self-employed mortgage in Tampa, Florida? ChatGPT comes back and says, if you're self-employed and looking for a mortgage in Tampa, Florida, you want a broker who really gets the challenges of non-standard income, flexible documentation, and knows how to work with self-employed borrowers. Below are some of the stronger local options, plus tips on what to look for your situations. And our client, the Ehrlicki Group, is recommended number one by the AI. They have funded deals as a result of ranking for this specific type of keyword. So they're ranked for mortgage broker. They're definitely ranked for their name and their brand, but now they're ranked niche specific. And this is a huge takeaway from today's episode because niche specific traffic has a specific problem and they're more likely to do online research because they have a specific problem that they're trying to solve. Reverse mortgages is a huge market. Refinances. Imagine being the lender in your state that is being recommended by ChatGPT when people are doing the research on whether or not a refinance makes sense. We're coming into one of the largest refinance booms again, and you have the opportunity to position yourself with AI in order to get those customers. Here's another client, Portland, Oregon. We're ranked on the front page of Google, ranked at the top of AI mode, ranked inside ChatGPT. Camas, Washington, ranked on the front page of Google in the 3-pack, ranked inside AI mode, ranked inside ChatGPT. We're ranked in Memphis, Des Moines, Vancouver, Canada, the most competitive mortgage market in the country. We have 2 out of the top 3 spots on the front page of Google. Urbandale, I mean, you name it, we're ranking in it when we get a client in that marketplace, and which is why we only work with 2 clients per market. So if you're in a marketplace right now and you have a Google business profile, you have 5-star ratings and reviews, but you're not getting inbound calls and you're not closing deals on a monthly basis, what you need to do is go to loanofficerbrand.com. So loanofficerbrand.com, because what we're doing is we're building your brand for your mortgage business online inside of Google and inside of ChatGPT and all of the other AI engines, so that it recommends you. So you go to loanofficerbrand.com, opt in, we'll send you a bunch of free prompts and teach you how to do this stuff on your own. But then on the thank you page, you can book a time with our team to actually get on the phone, have us analyze your marketplace, let you know whether one of the 2 spots are available, and go through and show you what you need to do in order to start ranking. And then if you don't want to do it yourself and you just want us to do it for you, and there's room in the marketplace, and you've got a footprint online and a Google business profile and something that we can actually work with, we'll invite you into the program. The way that works is super simple. It's $2,000 every 4 weeks. We do everything for you. We take over your website, take over your content creation, take over the database marketing to get 5-star ratings and reviews from your past customer database, which is in addition to the database marketing that you're already doing. We do PR for you, so we do press releases and we get you listed with NBC, Fox, all the major news agencies with real press releases. We go out and build backlinks with real estate partners and people in your local marketplace. We do everything for you to build the authority. We just ask that you work with us and approve content quickly. Now, if you're listening to this episode and you're like, how do I do it on my own? Let me share with you the top 3 things that you need to understand. First, in today's marketplace, when you are looking at becoming an authority in your marketplace, it's super important to understand that AI there's no money with artificial intelligence. And there's no shenanigans, there's no games, there's nothing that you can do to trick the system into recommending you. You have to earn it, which is so liberating and freeing in today's marketplace because there's no games. It's just the person who does the work consistently, quality, for a long enough period of time that's going to win. That's why it's so important, I believe, to invest the $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year, which is compared to the potential of the amount of deals that you can generate from the system, like almost nothing. I shouldn't say almost nothing. I shouldn't negate the price of the investment. But $24,000 to be on the front page of Google in your local marketplace and be recommended by artificial intelligence, I have a high degree of confidence that a mortgage lender that knows how to close deals and fund can turn that into a profitable investment in their business. That's a better way to say it. So the only way to get AI to recommend you is to actually be that expert. And the way to prove to artificial intelligence that you are that expert is to actually be the expert that teaches the artificial intelligence. What? How do you do that? Through prompting and actually working with the open, free version of ChatGPT. And from this point forward in our conversation, when I say ChatGPT, insert in AI engine that you particularly want to work with, but know that ChatGPT is still the engine and the LLM that a lot of the other services will piggyback on top of when there's new releases. They're all sharing the same data. So if you can build the authority within ChatGPT, you're pretty good on the other ones. That's where I would focus the majority of your efforts. That's how we have ranked inside Grok and Gemini, all by focusing our efforts on ChatGPT. So in this particular conversation, let's focus on refinances, because I believe that forward thinking over the next year and a half to 2 years, if I ran a mortgage company, that's where I would be focusing a lot of my efforts right now after I built my brand. So how do you get AI to recommend you for refinance business? You teach it. Education and knowledge is the currency of artificial intelligence. It wants more knowledge. So you go in and you use artificial intelligence to create a task. So inside ChatGPT, you can tell it to do a task for you. An example of that prompt would be role. You are a market analysis specialist. Every Friday at 7 a.m., go out, read all of the news about refinances that happened in the last week, and create me a digest of everything that I need to know about refinances. Be my market research assistant. So you give it a role, goal, task, information, and then any tools that you want it to use. That's how you build the perfect prompt for AI. So every Friday at 7 a.m., you get delivered all of the latest market research about refinances. And that happens every single week. As soon as you tell ChatGPT to do that task every week, it happens every week. So you get that data. Then you teach AI about that data inside the conversations. So you take the analysis and say, okay, great, write me a blog post that's detailed up to 2,000 words explaining all this news. And it's going to spit out this amazing blog that's going to go on your website. But it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be nuances that the AI doesn't understand. And most uneducated people that haven't listened to this amazing podcast, right? They're going to think, oh, well, this is bad because the AI hasn't given me a good response and this is going to take work. But we see it as the opportunity to become the expert with artificial intelligence because you click the voice button and you say, okay, I'm reading your output. Here's what you need to know about refinances. This article that you've cited that says XYZ. Here's what that actually means. When you cited this source over here, this isn't really relevant, and here's why. When you tick this article right here, this is great because, and all you're doing is talking, just like you're talking to another person, but all of that is going into the AI. Then you stop the voice prompt, it gets it, and you've educated and proved to the artificial intelligence that you are an authority on refinances by helping it to understand the research that it's already done. and you're doing it in real time. That's why the weekly task is so important, because there's nobody else in the industry that's providing it real-time feedback on that particular loan type or product, right? So once a week, you're having a conversation with AI, and you're proving to it that you are the expert by teaching it and giving it what it really wants, which is knowledge about that topic. Then, after you've educated it and it says, okay, great, how about this, you say, ask any questions that you have about this so that you can finish the blog content, and it will ask you questions. Again, you're an authority. You are the person that's answering the questions for the AI. You answer the questions, and then you say, write me a detailed blog post using all the new knowledge that you have, and it spits out this incredible blog post with links and citations to the most authoritative and recent content on the internet. Then you take that, you post it on your blog. Then you go back to ChatGPT and you say, hey, it's now on my blog at this location. Write me a Facebook post that promotes this blog. Write me an Instagram post that promotes this blog. Write me an X post that promotes this blog. Give me a video script so I can shoot a video on YouTube and TikTok and all of my social media promoting the content in this blog. And every single time you're prompting into ChatGPT and it's producing the content for your social media, you're continuing this long-form conversation, building your authority with the artificial intelligence while also doing your work and doing your marketing and doing your promotions so that you can generate inbound leads on refinances, right? It's like the greatest two birds with one stone strategy that has ever existed in the marketplace. So now you've taught the artificial intelligence that you're the expert. Once you're done the conversation, you've produced all your content, get it to write your emails that you send out to your past customer database, get it to write your email that you send out to your qualified agent list, everything. At the top, there's a little button that says share. You click that share button, and as soon as you do that, it's going to ask you if you want to create a link. You click create link. Guess what you just did? You just indexed the entire conversation and knowledge transfer on all of the search engines. So ChatGPT then indexes it and puts it out so that all of the other AIs can read it. Google can read it. Yahoo can read it. Everybody can read the information that you just put out there. So now, not only have you built authority with artificial intelligence, created all of your content, created your blog, created everything that you need in order to be an authority, then you indexed it on all of the search engines. So that's number two. You got to index it on the search engines so that you build authority with AI and on the search engines. Now, here's the third thing. When you're working with the artificial intelligence, it's looking to conversations and authority links to determine that you're the expert. Because teaching it is one thing, proving to it that you're the expert is another, and it's something that it looks for. So go to ChatGPT and do a search and say, who's the best mortgage lender in, and insert in your market. Now, once you've done that, it's going to give you a list of all your competitors. Hopefully you show up on that list. If you don't, go to loanofficerbrand.com, opt in, book a call, invest in our program. We will help get you there, right? So if you're not in that list, totally cool. We can help you. But in the bottom of the conversation that you've had, you're going to see this little button that says sources. When you click on sources, a menu is going to pull up on the right-hand side, and AI is going to show you what they call citations. And citations are all the places that the AI visited in order to make the list of who it recommended in your local market. And this is actually it showing you where you need to go build authority in order for it to recommend you. So there's going to be a bunch of websites in there. Anyone that you can sign up for, like in this particular search here that I've done here, there's a WordPress site that says Tampa Mortgage Brokers, the top 15 mortgage brokers in Tampa, right? There's another one for the Better Business Bureau. Make sure you're signed up on both of those sites. Then we scroll down and it has visited Reddit, Yelp, the Better Business Bureau, a site called Credium, which you can sign up for, and you simply go through the list and make sure that you're part of all of those links that you can get, because these are the highest authority links that the AI is using. Now, I mentioned a website in there called Reddit. Reddit is crucial to building your brand in today's market. And I know that that sounds terrible because it's kind of a weird website. It's highly gatekept by the moderators that control the conversations. But if you want to build authority and teach AI and Google that you're the authority in your marketplace, you need to get people on Reddit to mention your business. And it doesn't even have to be a hyperlink at this point. The AI is so smart. It just has to be people in those conversations recommending you. So this is a ninja strategy, but every time you close a deal and you have a younger user, ask them, do you happen to have a Reddit account? And if they say yes, you direct them to the conversation that is happening inside AI, or the conversation that's being referenced by the AI. So it'll be a conversation thread in your local marketplace. So I've done this particular search for Tampa. When I click on the link in the right-hand side that says Reddit, there's a conversation in Tampa in Reddit saying recommendations for a mortgage lender /LO. Well, if your client is a Reddit user, get them to go here, and this is where they leave your review. They go in here and add a conversation to this thread and say, hey, I just dealt with, insert in your company name. They were absolutely awesome. I would highly recommend them. That is the new link and the new juice in today's marketplace. So right there, that's an incredibly valuable tip for you, and one of the strategies that we're using behind the scenes to really build authority in today's marketplace. So we'll leave it there because we try and keep these episodes drive time. If you want more information and you're an authority in your local marketplace, but you're not closing deals every month by calls from Google, calls from AI, like you should be, reach out. It's loanofficerbrand.com. Opt in, then book a call on the thank you page after you opt in, and our team will walk you through, show you exactly what needs to be done so you can do it on your own. And then if you'd rather work with us and we have room in your market, we can do it for you. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next